Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to today's video. Firstly, before I begin, I hope you've all been well and staying safe during these turbulent times. We've all got, guys, so be sure to look after one another. Now, for those of you new, welcome. My name is Robin Hanuki and I run a digital marketing agency here on the Northern Beaches called RH Media. Now, within today's video, I'm actually going to go through a question I was asked, whether about entrepreneurship, something that you're either born with or something that you can pick up and learn throughout life. Now, for me, I'm just going to preface that this is on my own experience, what I've learned, how I've grown up, what I've seen, what I've implemented into the world, and yeah, just again, my thoughts. Understandably, otherwise, why would you be here? But for those out there who are getting advice from people who probably haven't gone through the life lessons, who haven't, they've learned something that's in a book, that has been articulated very well, but just hasn't been implemented in life, and learnt the lessons about getting slapped in the face several times on a daily basis, called entrepreneurship. So again, I just want to preface that and make sure that you guys are aware that any information you do get, be sure to get it from a credible source who's actually gone out and done it. So to answer the question, just completely upfront and transparent, that for me, no. Entrepreneurship is something you were definitely not born with. For me. Are people born with entrepreneurial tendencies? Absolutely. There are people out there that are within my circle that I surround myself with who are those type of people. And naturally they were sort of gravitated towards identifying a problem within the market and being able to put together a solution. Now, whether that be the best solution out there, absolutely not. But the key thing is that they've identified a passion that they've had, which is to solve a problem out there in the market and being able to put something together. And those, first and foremost, who do that don't tend to succeed at all. But the key thing that they've got there is that they've got the urge to actually go and do it. They've got the urge to go and throw their hat into the ring, go out there and take action, and identify that, hey, maybe that wasn't the right thing. So they'll go back into their warehouse, go back into their cave, go back into whatever, come back out to the market with something different, and then succeed a little bit more. So again, that was what people have been able to do. But for me, my journey was slightly different. I never really had entrepreneurial tendencies. I never really thought that there's a problem over there in the market that if I could take or create something from here and take it out there, that could solve it. That is something I definitely didn't have. What I did have though back then were, I guess, the core fundamentals, the principles behind it, sort of stripping back the entrepreneurship, sort of cliche, quote unquote, taking something to the market to solve a problem. What I did have inside me was something that I wanted to do and help other people out. I had this real innate feeling that if it's anyone out there that had an issue, had a problem, it wasn't necessarily for monetary purposes. It was just me wanting to give that person a hand, give them a lift up, try and figure out what issue that they have in life that I could actually contribute and help make a little bit better. So if you were to put an entrepreneurial spin onto it, usually you want to do something as an exchange of value, whether it be money, whether it be time, whether it be, I guess most often than not, it's money, right? So I did not think of that. I did not have that understanding that there was a problem there. And if I build something, I can take it to market, I can get something in return. That was definitely not what I saw. Growing up, what I did have though was, sickening work ethic. Ever since I was young, maybe around 6, 7, 8, I started to go out and work with the old man. He was a painter, so getting one of those roller brushes and painting up on the ceilings, and I'm talking about building ceilings as well, climbing a 2-meter ladder and trying to get to the corner edge and try and cut in. That was sort of my entrepreneurship upbringing. He was an own business owner. Was he the most successful? Absolutely not. But it gave us the understanding that, hey, gave me the understanding, that I have this work ethic that I really want to be able to change what I have now and become better. Or on the flip side, see where I am now and what can I do to go over there and help someone else out. So that's what I had, that's what I saw growing up. So if we transition from working from the ages of 8, people call it child labor. I call it a life lesson that I learned. The key, factors that I had. Yes, you could focus on the negatives that happened, which, we didn't really have anything to eat. He would work from literally sun up to sundown with no food, but would just get the job done. But what I learned from that was, you could either work really hard, and this is the key thing that they said, you can work really hard on a laborious job and really break down the body to a point where you're, I think, 50 or 60 and you can't use your body anymore, or you can use your mind. And that was a key lesson I learned from there. Physical labor, hats off to the people who do that. It definitely isn't for me. I have this amazing appreciation for what they're able to do, but for me, I prefer to do something with my mind. I then moved into McDonald's, or working for McDonald's, at an age that I think was illegal. So the legal age was 13 and 9 months, and I think I started at the age of, as soon as I turned 13. Again, just to slide over that was just more an experience. I also tried to make it in rugby league, didn't work. A couple of signs from the universe saying that rugby league isn't for you, Rob. Here's a broken leg and a dislocated ankle for that. So obviously that wasn't the case. So the rest of my mates who didn't necessarily want to pursue a career in rugby league, they all started to go and get their PT certifications and credentials. And as I was about to go and join the crew with them, my dad pulled me up and goes, pulled my ear, and pulled me up, probably at the same time. Mate, you're not going down that route. Like, you're an idiot if you do that. He wasn't necessarily referring to breaking your body for that, but it was just more the fact that I had another passion behind me that I just wasn't aware of. It just was not conscious to me that being in and around technology, starting computer lessons since I was 5, enjoying the fact that I can code, enjoying the fact that I can manipulate the MySpace website where I can embed a neon logo and neon headline, or even embed music within it. That to me was exciting, but I didn't see that. So from then I pursued a career within the IT space. I thought I'd get my IT credentials and work the corporate ladder, work the so-called successful 9 to 5, where in fact that's the complete misinterpretation of actually the notion of a 9 to 5. Because most often than not, I never worked a 9 to 5. It was more of like a 7 to 6, 10, 12-hour days, at least within the IT space, because you'd work your 9 to 5 job within the IT space, but if you're building off, you're migrating off, you're integrating any of these systems that you've built for these businesses, you can't do that through business hours. So again, that was something I had to do outside. So that was a really good slap in the face after I realized 5 or 6 years into it that working a corporate IT job is not for me, because number one, it doesn't fulfill my ability to help other people out. It's something that I had inside, and although I had that sickening work ethic, that work ethic just wasn't fulfilling. There was a lack of purpose, also combined with other things as well that I just won't mention. But it just put me on a different trajectory and actually identified that there was this thing called entrepreneurship. So you can say that, the puppy dog eyes, as a good friend and a mentor of mine would say, he saw when I first understood what entrepreneurship was. And as I could understand that if I were to take a product or take a service to market and help out people out there, that I'll get an exchange in value, whether it be monetary, whether it be time. But entrepreneurship started to really resonate with who I am. So again, going back to the original question, is entrepreneurship something you're born with or something you can learn? In my instance, it is more or less something that you can learn. Perhaps if I look into it a little bit further, maybe I did have those entrepreneurial tendencies as I was growing up, but I just did not know or did not have anyone to facilitate it or anyone to bring that to light. Because right now where I'm at with my agency, being close to 2 years on, this is all I want to do. I do not want to do anything else. I do not want to go back into a job. I do not want to pursue rugby league. I do not want to pursue a hard laborious job. All I want to do is to be around technology, which is digital marketing, social media, and also helping business owners out there. So if I see a business owner out there who is in their 50s and 60s, they're really working their asses off just to make their business work in a time where the online space is booming, or just an online space it's a mandatory thing to have, otherwise you get left behind. That they're seeing their faces light up, or knowing that, okay, I'm playing in the big leagues now. Little am I in a newsletter, or little am I the yellow pages, I'm actually out there where everyone else is. And that to me, seeing their eyes glitter and they're seeing their eyes open up and seeing their hard work, whether it be their shop front, whether it be whatever, seeing that on a digital format, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, seeing that spark open, that to me is cool. That to me showcases that I'm now able to help them, and that is something that I've had ever since I was young. So that was my thought around entrepreneurship and that question, whether you're born with it or something that you can pick up. For me, I was definitely something that I would pick up. I wouldn't say that I was born with it, purely because I don't know. I don't know if I was. I could speculate, I can theorize that maybe I was. But to me, I'm gonna own the fact that I didn't have that entrepreneurship tendency, but what I did have was the work ethic to actually learn something about entrepreneurship and take it with me. So hope that is of value, guys. I hope that's something that you guys can resonate with. In the comment section down below, let me know, are you in the same situation as me? Or were you one of the ones who were gifted and were like, yes, entrepreneurship is for me. I can see a problem in the market. I built something, I now take it to market, and I'm at the age of 9 or 10. So let me know as well down in the comments. I'd really love to hear what you guys think or how your journey has progressed so far. Anyway, hope this was of value. Any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. And no doubt I'll see you guys in the next video.